Morning. In the last class, I completed this regression analysis, and today in this class, I'm going to take back the accountancy subject, that is regarding the partnership admission. Okay, when we go for admission of a partner, what is this, and why the partners they'll go for admission of a partner? All these things I'm going to explain. You see, when you go for a partnership business, the minimum number must be 2, and the maximum number of partners for a banking business is 10, and for other businesses it is 20. Why a partnership firm having 2 partners? Why they want to take a person into their business? What is the reason? The reason behind that is when the capital amount of the partnership business, when it is not sufficient, that is, when there is a growth in the partnership business, automatically the capital, whatever they are interested, it won't be sufficient. And the next thing is, when the partners, when they cannot able to look after all the things, and when they think that there should be one person, there should be one hand to help us in conducting the various activities, when they think, then only you will come across this admission of a partner. And another thing is, when any person, when they want to join in any partnership business, when they is having curiosity, I must be one of the persons, I must also join in a partnership business. Okay. Whenever you come across like that, automatically you will come across this admission of a partner. When you go for this admission of a partner, the existing partners, they have to give some share in the future profits. It is immaterial whether the new partner is going to bring capital amount or not. If he brings capital amount, okay, well and good. And if he cannot able to bring the capital amount, and if he's having the talent to conduct the business or to run the business on sound lines, then they can take, even though he won't bring any capital. So there you will come across the admission of a partner, and the existing partner, they have to give him some share in the future profits because he is bringing capital or he is conducting he is carrying on the business on sound lines. He's also participating in the business activities, and he is looking after some benefit. In that case, automatically you will come across admission of a partner. And one thing you have to keep in mind is, when a partner, when he comes into a business, means the existing partners, they have to give him some share in their future profits. Not only that, you will come across some changes, okay, in the partnership business. And in this context, I'm going to give you a small example. Suppose if you take a pond of water, and if there won't be any disturbance, it will be smooth, okay, peaceful. Okay, the water won't be disturbed, and it will just flow as if it is soft. Suppose if you take a stone and if you throw that in the pond of water, automatically you will come across waves, small waves. It means that the water in the pond, it is disturbed. Because by throwing a stone in the pond of water, okay, automatically whatever it may be, the water and water current, it will be disturbed. And thereby you will come across some small waves and disturbances, and here and there the water will flow. So in the same way, when you take a bowl of water, and if you keep that, If you keep that water in a bowl of water without disturbing it, the water will be smooth. It won't be. Suppose if you drop any object in that, automatically some water it will come down and there will be disturbance. According to mathematics, it is nothing but a Pythagoras theorem. Okay, it is a Pythagoras theorem. But when we take, automatically the water in the bowl, it will be disturbed. It is disturbed. So in the same way, whenever a new person, when he enters into the partnership business, automatically you will come across some changes in the partnership business. And all these changes you have to take into account and you have to adjust. You have to adjust. So then only, okay, you can say that you will come across a new partnership business. Then only you will come across a new partnership business. Up to that extent, there won't be anything because smoothly the business is running. But when a partner, when he joins into a partnership business, compulsory some disturbances and some changes you will come across. So that disturbances and that changes, whatever it may be, you must be in a position to adjust yourself. There should not be any once outsiders help. It is you have to adjust. Like this, you will come across some changes. And what are the changes that you will come across? Okay, first one is, what about the reserves and accumulated profit that the partners, they are having in the business? All the accumulated profits and losses, whatever it may be, the reserves, whatever it may be, they must be shared between the existing partners only in their profit sharing ratio. Okay, they must be adjusted, they must be transferred to the partners' capitals account in their profit sharing ratio, how they are sharing the profits and losses in that ratio only, they must be distributed among the powered partners. That is the first thing. The second thing is, okay, what is the share that we are going to give to the new partner? How much amount of profit or what is the share of profit that we are supposed to give to the new partner? That is the second thing. Then third thing is sacrificing ratio. Unless otherwise the old partners, they won't sacrifice. Okay, the new partner will not get any share in the profits. So compulsory, you have to take into account the sacrificing ratio, what the old partners they are sacrificing in order to give a share to the new partner. Next, that the fourth one is, okay, when you come across a new partner into the business, automatically the assets and liabilities values will change. And when you come across changes in the way values of assets and liabilities, what we have to do? Okay, what is the adjustment and what is the procedure when you come across changes in the values of assets and liabilities? That is main important. That is the fourth thing. And the next one is treatment of goodwill. Treatment of goodwill. So what is this goodwill, sir? Goodwill is nothing but the name and fame of a business. Or you can say that it is nothing but the reputation of a business. So the old partnership business will have some goodwill, name and fame. When a new partner, when he is entering into the partnership business, automatically the goodwill amount, it should be treated. In what way the goodwill amount must be treated? And this goodwill, one thing I'm telling you, this goodwill is nothing but a fictitious asset. Okay, what is this fictitious asset? Fictitious asset is nothing but an asset which is to be written off. And you cannot see the goodwill with your naked eye, one thing. It is nothing but an intangible asset, which you cannot see with your naked eye, but you can feel. Sir, when you cannot able to see with your naked eye, why you are keeping this goodwill, why you are taking and why you are talking about this goodwill? You may ask me. Okay, goodwill is an intangible asset, no doubt. You cannot see with your naked eye, but you can feel that. And another thing is, unless otherwise there is no goodwill, you cannot run the business. You won't get the profit amount. So there should be goodwill. That's why they will take into account the goodwill into their business. Not only sole trader, not only partnership business, not only joint stock companies, every form of business organization, they have to give importance for the goodwill amount. And this goodwill amount, it should be in limit. It should not be over and above the expectations. So when it is over and above the expectations, okay, you have to write off. You have to write off, you have to minimize that. Okay, and what is goodwill, how it will be valued, all these things we will study in the later on cases. But when you come across the admission of a partner, or when a new partner, when he's entering into the old partnership business, okay, treatment of goodwill is also very, very important. And the next thing is, okay, adjustment of capital accounts according to the new profit sharing ratio. The partners, they will have their capital accounts, no doubt. But thing is, when you are entering in, when you are giving a chance for a person to enter into your business, and when you are getting a new profit sharing ratio, according to the new profit sharing ratio, if people, if they desire to keep their capitals, then what is this procedure? What is the process to keep the capital accounts according to the new profit sharing ratio? When you are giving, when you are sacrificing, when the old partners, when they are sacrificing some amount for the benefit of the new partner, there you will come across new profit sharing ratio, no doubt. But when they decide to keep, let us keep the capital amounts according to the new profit sharing ratio. In that case also, okay, you will come across some changes, some adjustments. And all these 6 adjustments you have to take into account when you are going to actual admission of a partner. And how they will be adjusted, what is the procedure, in what way we have to adjust, all these things I'm going to explain. Because one thing you must understand, among whomever it may be, whatever it may be, first of all, you must understand the portion when you are going for admission of a partner. No, sir, we don't want all those things. Let us go directly for the problematic portion. It is mere waste. Without understanding what is going to happen, what will be, you can't do anything. And in this context also, I'm going to give you an example. Suppose if you want to cook something, you must learn, you must know the theory part. What are the ingredients that we have to take into account, and what is the step-by-step procedure? That thing, first of all, you must know. Then only you can do that. Once if you know these steps, automatically you can do that. Okay, first we have to do like this, first we have to do like this, first we have to do like this. Okay, automatically when you are known, when you know them, automatically you can implement that. So first of all, you must know what type of adjustments and what is the process that we come across when you come across an admission of a partner. That is compulsory. That is compulsory. Okay, directly going to the problematic portion, okay, without knowing what is the fundamentals and what are the things that we have to do, in what way we have to take, directly, blindly to go to the problematic portion. You can't do any problem. First of all, the basics you have to learn. And whatever it may be the course, whether you go for commerce, whether you go for computers, there also you have to learn the basics. Directly, you cannot sit before a laptop or a system, PC, and do that. There must be some fundamentals and basics. And that basics and fundamentals compulsory you have to know. Then only you can implement that. Then only you can go for practicality. So when you come across these 6 adjustments that we come across, when you go for an admission of a partner, then automatically you can do the problematic portion, whatever it may be. Let the problem be anything. Let the problem be anything. You can be in a position to tackle that. That's why I used to tell that. You see, don't go for the answer. 1 to 10 times I'm telling the same thing because I'm the person who is, because from that stage only I came. And my gurus, great persons, they used to tell me, right, you have to learn the procedure. Procedure is must. Don't go for the answer, let the answer be anything. So you must learn the procedure, then automatically, whatever it may be the problem, let them give. When you know the procedure one by step, you can do that. And ultimately, you can reach the goal. Ultimately, you can get the answer. In the same way that I'm implementing and I'm telling to all the people, you must know the procedure, what we have to do, what is given, what we have to do, and what we have to find out. These 3 things, if you take into account, you can tackle any problem, whatever it may be. And one more thing is, if you come to know completely about the admission of a partner and regarding the adjustments, what you come across in this partnership business, okay, automatically it will be a red carpet for the coming topics. Retirement of a partner, death of a partner, dissolution of a partner, insolvency of a partner, sale to a company, all these things. This admission of a partner, it will lay a red carpet. But we must know how to keep the red carpet. So these 6 adjustments, whatever I told you, these 6 adjustments are very, very important when you go for an admission of a partner. Oh, okay. Now, first one, please. Okay, what we have to do regarding the reserves, accumulated profits, or accumulated losses when you come across this admission of a partner. Okay, when you are coming across this admission of a partner, whatever it may be the results, whatever it may be the accumulated profits, and whatever it may be the accumulated losses, all these things, they must be shared, they must be distributed among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. In their old profit sharing ratio. Suppose if there is no profit sharing ratio, there are 2 options. Either you have to distribute that equally among the partners, or you have to go for the capital ratios, whatever it may be. Okay, so reserve, sir, what is the entry? Reserves account data, accumulated profits account data 2. Okay, old partners capital accounts in their profit sharing ratio. And when you come across accumulated losses, partners, old partners capital account that are 2 accumulated losses to profit and loss account debit balance. Like that, you have to distribute first of all before going to admission of a partner. That is a first adjustment that we got. Okay, forget about that. Second one. So when you come across a new partner into the business, we have to give him some share. And what is the share that you are going to give to him? What is the share that you are going to give? Whether you are going to decide the share, for example, A, B partners are there. C is going to join the AB partnership business, and AB people, AB partners, if they come to an understanding, let us give 1/4 share to C. 1/4 share. So in that case, what is the new profit sharing ratio of A, B, C after admission? So in that case, whatever it may be, the amount that you are giving to the new partner, whatever it may be, the share that you are giving to the new partner, you have to deduct. From where we have to deduct? We have to take into account the total profit as 1. And from that total profit, you have to deduct the new partner share, what you are going to give. So 1 minus 1/4, it comes to 3/4. Okay, 3/4. And what is the share in that remaining? In that remaining share, what is our share? Like that, you have to take into account. That is AB partners, they have to take. Thereby, you will come to know about the new profit sharing ratio after admission of a part. So there are different ways. There are different ways. Okay, sometimes what they will do is they will give some amount from their share. So in that case, how to get the new profit sharing ratio? All these things I'm going to explain in the next class. Okay, until then, bye. Tomorrow, in the next class, we are going to meet.